Hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition, the edition that has one main goal: improve your manifesting ability. And we do that by simply putting up this screen. The one you have in front of you right now with the tarot spread for the day, that's it. There's no movement, nothing else. It's just right there in front of your face. And I'm doing that because, one, it's easy for you to see the whole spread. Two, without the visual movement, you don't get the noise. In other words, you can focus on the message. Your ability to perceive, your ability to manifest increases as your imagination does. And holding down the amount of noise by looking at video, stuff moving on a screen, allows your imagination to get stronger. It allows you to dig deeper. You can almost get into a meditative state. Many people tell me that they look at the screen periodically, but that they close their eyes and listen to the message. First of all, it's a unique message because it's aimed at your manifesting ability, so it's not a typical tarot reading at all. But secondly, you are allowing your imagination to dig deep into your subconscious. That's where the power comes from. Just to give you an idea, quick reference. I did this yesterday, but I want to do it again today. Let's say, however you get your music these days, that a song comes on that, geez, you haven't heard in years. You just forgot about it. But it's a song that really connected with you and still does. You hear it again years later and wow, takes you back. The visual would not do the same. It is listening that reaches into the deepest part of our subconscious, gives us the power to manifest, and that's what we're doing here. No distractions, or minimal anyway, in terms of visual noise. You just have this on the screen, that's it. Bottom row, upper row, the middle cards in both rows are critical, and we begin on the bottom row. The middle card is the oracle card, Fork in the Road. Okay, alrighty, fork in the road, fork in the road. It has nothing to do with dinner, right? But it does have to do with direction. You have a grand decision to make. This is powerful juju, and you know it. This is something that's been coming on for a while. You've put it off for whatever reason. One, you didn't feel secure enough about making the decision, because that would commit you. Anytime you make a decision, you're committed to that decision. But you may not have known how to make the decision. You didn't have enough information, so you've been waiting all of this time. But you have finally come to the fork in the road, the grand decision about your life. And so the bottom row kind of tells me a story very quickly. We have the King of Wands on one end. We have the Queen of Wands on the other. That's a powerful combination. The King and Queen of any grouping is powerful. Well, we got the King and Queen of Wands here. Positivity, enthusiasm, creativity, feeling plugged into your life, your purpose. You have some meaning. You feel connected. King and Queen of Wands. Plus, what will help you to get there is exactly what we're doing right now. Plugging into your subconscious. How do I know? Well, card on the first row is the moon. The moon is strictly subconscious. That's exactly what's going on right now. Okay, you're using your intuition. You may have felt that you weren't getting all the information so that you could make the grand decision. You could take the fork in the road. You weren't getting enough. You knew people were holding stuff back. You were trying to feel your way through, but you just didn't have enough. And of course, the card next to it would be the Chariot. And the Chariot, as we all know, is very much the same kind of thing. It's all about direction. It's all about focus. It's all about willpower. You notice, here he is in this Chariot, but there's nothing connecting him to these Sphinx-type things that he has in front of him. And yet he can direct him with his intention, his willpower, his mind, his spirit. And that's really where you find yourself at this moment. And it's not surprising because astrologically we're in some very powerful times. We're beginning the eclipse season, got Mercury retrograde. Pluto is going to get ready to turn retrograde from Aquarius back into Capricorn for just a little while. It's a very, very intense, very powerful energy, and you can feel it. So you know you have to make a decision. You have come to the fork in the road. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Up to this point, I haven't done it. But boy, it's pushing hard now. So you have the King and Queen of Wands telling you passion, enthusiasm, joy, feeling plugged into your life. You're a participant in your life. You're not just a spectator watching it all go by. And you use your intuition. You use your feelings to guide you. But of course, we're not taught to trust our feelings because that's dangerous. If you start working with your intuition and become really connected to it, you are not very easily controlled. And that's not the game. Should be obvious after the last 3 years. It's all about control, control, control. And in fact, from the very time you're born, that's what the game is. Right? New parents have a baby, and boy, they're just so excited when he or she can talk and then walk, and oh boy, talking and walking, man, oh man, that's great. You get to school, shut up and sit down. You get to work, shut up and sit down. You get to life, shut up and sit down. And that's been no more obvious in the last 3 years. So, you've come to a fork in the road. Positivity, joy, enthusiasm. You got to follow your gut. You got to follow your intuition to guide you. Let's go up to the second row, Queen of Cups. How about a little bit of self-love? The king is the one that makes the proclamations. But the queen is the one that gets the job done. And the Queen of Cups is also intuitive. Already? She's very compassionate. She's calm, very loving, supportive. But it's that intuition that locks her into the Moon card and the Chariot card. Again, you're being told, trust yourself. Value what you're feeling. Now, you may not be able to put all the parts and pieces together yet. That's not the point. Trust your feeling. Just like the Moon card. Even if you have a full moon, a brilliant, beautiful full moon and a cloudless sky, you can see a lot. But you can't see everything that you can see at noon with the full, big, beautiful sun up in a cloudless sky. So you have to kind of feel your way through, and you can do that with the Chariot energy, and you can do that with loving yourself, Queen of Cups. We also, by the way, have the Knight of Cups up there, and the Knight of Cups brings the capacity for self-love. Very important. So, as you are getting ready to take the fork in the road, which way you're going to go. You want a joyous life, a positive life, an enthusiastic life. You want to feel plugged in. First step, love yourself. Trust yourself. Really, trust yourself. You stop and think about it. When you trust somebody, that is kind of an act of love, right? So that's powerful stuff. Next card up top we're dealing with is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, again, knights always bring gifts. Swords are thoughts, ideas. The Knight of Swords is incisive. Acts with certainty, no guessing. So if we're going to be doing a little act of self-love and trusting our intuition, trusting our feelings, Knight of Swords says you're going to be able to do it with certainty. Something will happen. Something will come up that will allow you to go, aha, I got it. Now I know which way I got to go. The grand decision will become much grander and simpler, easier, more direct. And the time is coming up. That's the final card up there. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is destiny. It's a turning point. It's an awakening. You're seeing the big picture. In this case, you're feeling the big picture so that you can see it. And that's really what it takes. You have to feel it first before you can see it. So you're coming to a fork in the road. You have to make a decision about your life, how you're going to conduct your life, what you want out of life. But you're going to get help there. Because through all of this, the center card up top, the vice versa card, is the Ace of Pentacles. Aces are all directly about you, and pentacles are what you value, not just money. God, get over that already. Money is a figment of our imagination. Something is only as valuable as we say it is, as we are willing to agree that it is. If we think it's worth nothing, I don't give a doggone what it is. Then it's worth nothing. It could even be gold and silver. You know, you're pushing this all the time. Oh, gold and silver, gold and silver. Yeah. That's because the economy is changing, and that's what. Nah. The people in power can devalue those things as well. It's just a game. It's a monopoly game. You don't want to play that game anymore. But where your value stays, where it maintains, and even grows, is the value you have for yourself as a human being. All righty? And so that's really the grand decision. You're coming to a fork in the road. You want to plug into a life that really, honest to God, means something to you in a positive way. You have to trust yourself. That's tough. But if you value yourself just for being you, that'll help you make the decision. It'll help you to go with certainty. You can choose the fork in the road that is the best for you and make a successful, grand decision about your life. It's coming up. Next, the eclipse season is the next, 4 to 6 weeks? But the effects of this thing, I understand, will last for at least a year. This is powerful juju, but you can do it. I trust you. I know you. So that's the reading for today. More manifestations tomorrow, you and I, hopefully. If not, between now and the next time you and I have a chance to do Manifesting Tarot together, peace and blessings, and live an inspired life.